Here are 5 completed fantasy series that I own but have not read a single book from, and I need you to convince me to start. Not only do I own the entirety of the Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir, I also own a special edition of Air, which takes place in the same universe. And just take a guess how many of these books I've read. If you guess 0, you're correct. I think this is the series that I own that I'm most ashamed of not having read a single book. All I know about the series, and all I have to know, honestly, is that it's a YA series about a bunch of characters fighting against a tyrannical regime. I've heard it has amazing character development and amazing world building. I honestly don't even need you to convince me to read these books because I'm already convinced. What I need you to do is convince me to prioritize reading these sooner rather than later. I also own the entire Gilded Ones series without having read a single book. I originally bought these because back in 2020 and 2021, I was obsessed with the Raybearer duology, and I was posting about them a lot, and a few people were commenting and saying that if I liked those, I would like these. But then once they were in my possession, I kind of forgot they existed. I know these are YA fantasy books. They're set in a West African-inspired world, and I do remember being intrigued by the idea of this magic system when I first read the synopsis, but I actually have not seen that many reviews of this trilogy, so if you've read it and loved it, let me know why I should read it. Next, we have the Stormlight Archive. Yes, I do own all 5 books. No, I have not read a single page. But in my defense, these books are gigantic and very intimidating. In fact, they're so heavy I need to put them down. I've already read and loved the Mistborn trilogy, so I know that I vibe well with Brandon Sanderson's writing, but I will say that I had a really hard time with the more political aspects of Mistborn, aka almost the entirety of the Well of Ascension, so I'm a little nervous that this series is just going to be a bunch of that and I'm going to be bored. Plus, my goal was to read the entire Cosmere in order, and I have like 2 giant books to read before I can even dive into these, but I will eventually read them. Now we have the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber, and don't hate me for saying this, but I have not read a single book by Stephanie Garber, and I know that's a crime. You all love this series, you love the Caraval series. I actually know nothing about these books. I won the entire series in a giveaway, but my assumption is that these are like adult fairy tale-esque, which is definitely up my alley, especially right now. I'm definitely in the mood for this kind of thing, but I do kind of feel like I've missed the hype on the Stephanie Garber train, and I would love to know if these are worth reading. And last, we have the Red Rising trilogy, which I guess is more sci-fi than fantasy. I also do have the second trilogy as well. That means I own all 6 books of this series and have not read a single one. I got these as a birthday gift from Max's dad in like 2020, and once a year he asks me if I've read them yet, and I feel so bad, but I can't wait for the day that I can finally tell him I have. I know these are beloved on here, and I'm a big sci-fi girly. I have a feeling that I'm going to read at least this first trilogy before the year ends, but we'll see how it goes. Out of these 5 completed fantasy series, let me know if there's one you think I should prioritize, one you think I shouldn't read. I'm open to any and all opinions, and if there's a book I've mentioned that you think I need to drop everything and read right away, let me know that too.